There was one thing Jinwoo hated more than exams, it was losing. And unfortunately for him, the one person he could never seem to beat, academically, athletically, or socially, just so happened to be standing across the courtyard, flipping his stupidly perfect hair like he was starring in a shampoo commercial. Haneul, Jinwoo's long-term rival. His nemesis. His personal migraine. And as of 10 minutes later, apparently his fake boyfriend. Though Jinwoo had no idea about this part yet. The school festival was in full swing. Students rushed around with food, games, and far too much enthusiasm for a Saturday morning. Jinwoo was volunteering at the academic booth, explaining math problems to middle school visitors, when disaster struck. Her name was Sora. She was sweet, smart, and aggressively determined to romance Jinwoo to death. "Appa," she called out, skipping toward him with sparkles in her eyes and 2 matching headbands that read "Couple of the Festival" in bright red letters. "I bought us these." Jinwoo froze. "Oh no, not again." "Sora, listen. Let me put it on you," she said, stretching the headband toward him like a weapon. Fight or flight instincts kicked in. Jinwoo chose flight. He turned, bolting straight into the crowd. Students stared as he zigzagged past stalls, dodging a cotton candy machine and leaping over a cardboard castle. "OPP, come back. You didn't even see how cute we looked together." "Absolutely not." Jinwoo sprinted, desperate for an exit, any exit, but the crowd was too thick. The festival was packed, music too loud, and his lungs were protesting. And then, a hand grabbed his wrist. Jinwoo yelped as someone yanked him between 2 food stalls, pushing him against the back of the stage with surprising force. "Found you," a low voice murmured. Jinwoo blinked up, and groaned internally. Of course. Of all people. Haneul. He looked annoyingly cool, leaning close with that half-smirk that made people swoon and made Jinwoo want to throw textbooks. "Don't tell me you're chasing me too," Jinwoo muttered. Haneul chuckled, eyes glinting. "Relax. I'm rescuing you." Jinwoo frowned. "Since when do you rescue me?" Before Haneul could answer, Sora's voice echoed across the courtyard. "Jinwoo OPP. I know you ran this way." Panic shot through him. "She's coming. She's..." Suddenly Haneul stepped out from behind the stall, grabbed Jinwoo's wrist, pulled him forward. And in a loud, clear voice that carried across the entire courtyard, Haneul declared, "He's with me. He's my boyfriend." Jinwoo's brain short-circuited. The crowd froze. Sora froze. Even the wind paused. "What?" Jinwoo squeaked. Students whipped out their phones so fast it sounded like a swarm of mechanical bees. Click, flash, click, flash. Sora's mouth dropped. "Your boyfriend?" Haneul tightened his grip on Jinwoo's wrist like this was the most natural claim in the world. "Yes. So please stop chasing him." The courtyard exploded. Jinwoo and Haneul? The rivals? A secret relationship? "I knew it." "No, you didn't." Let me have this." Jinwoo, meanwhile, had entered a state of spiritual confusion. His vision returned just in time to see Haneul smiling, oh, so innocently, as he leaned closer and whispered, "Just go with it. Just go with, are you insane?" Sora bowed politely, cheeks red. "Oh, I am so sorry, Jinwoo Appa." "Haneul Sunbi, good luck in your relationship." And she sprinted away. The second she was gone, Jinwoo tore his wrist from Haneul's grip. "What was that?" "A rescue," Haneul said casually. "You told the whole school we're dating. You look desperate." "I wasn't that desperate." Haneul tilted his head. "Would you rather wear the matching headbands?" Jinwoo opened his mouth, closed it, opened it, closed it again. "That's not the point. Fix this before it spreads." Haneul raised a brow. "Before it spreads?" "Look around." Jinwoo looked. Half the festival was live-streaming them. "Oh my God," he whispered. "I'm going to die. This is it. The end. Goodbye, world." Haneul shrugged. "Well, if it makes you feel better." "It doesn't. I can make it look more convincing." "Convincing?" "No. You unconvinced them." "Too late." Someone shouted, "Kiss. Kiss. Kiss." Jinwoo almost passed out on the spot. "We are not kissing." Haneul gently tapped his chin with one finger just to mess with him. "Relax. I'm not going to kiss you." Then he leaned close enough that Jinwoo forgot how to breathe. "Yet." Jinwoo choked. "What do you mean yet?" But the crowd screamed, echoing chaos across the courtyard. Haneul just smiled like he controlled the universe. And that was the exact moment Jinwoo realized something horrifying. This was no accident. Haneul had planned something. And Jinwoo? He had just become his rival's fake boyfriend, whether he liked it or not. Jinwoo had survived many things in life. Surprise exams, group projects, Haneul's smug face during every award ceremony. But nothing, absolutely nothing, prepared him to survive being dragged into an empty classroom by the very same rival who just publicly claimed him as his boyfriend. Haneul closed the door behind them with a soft click. Jinwoo flinched like he'd been locked in a wolf's den. Okay, Jinwoo said, holding up a trembling finger. You have exactly 5 seconds to undo your chaos before I combust. Haneul sat on the teacher's desk like he owned the place. Undo it? Why would I undo it? The entire school already thinks we're dating. That's exactly the problem. Haneul tilted his head as if Jinwoo were being unreasonable. Which, let's be clear, he was not. Look, Haneul said, sliding a paper toward him, I made a plan. A plan? Jinwoo repeated, suspicious. Yes. A short-term, mutually beneficial arrangement. Then Jinwoo read the title. Fake Dating Contract. Version 1.7. Meaning Haneul had drafted multiple versions like some sort of psychopath. Jinwoo's jaw dropped. What is this? A contract. I can see that. Why do we have a contract? To manage our new relationship, Haneul replied calmly. We don't have a relationship. Fake relationship, Haneul corrected. Temporary. Until the rumors die down. Jinwoo stared at him. Haneul stared back, far too confident for someone rewriting another person's entire life. Jinwoo cleared his throat dramatically. Fine. Explain. Haneul flipped the pages like a seminar instructor. Clause 1. We agree to appear as a couple in public spaces until the chaos settles. Define appear. Hold hands. Walk together. Maybe share lunch. Jinwoo made a strangled noise. You. Why would we? It's natural couple behavior, Haneul replied with a straight face. No, natural couple behavior is minding your business. Not when you're dating me. Jinwoo nearly exploded. And what is this? He demanded, pointing to a line near the bottom. No flirting with others? Obviously, Haneul said. It would ruin the illusion. Jinwoo slapped the paper on the desk. I never flirt with anyone. Haneul smirked. Good. That makes you perfect for this role. Oh, he wanted to scream. Clause 2, Haneul continued, ignoring the incoming meltdown. We avoid romantic activities unless necessary. Jinwoo froze. Define romantic activities. Kissing. Kissing? Relax, Haneul said, lifting a brow. I added unless necessary. Only in extreme emergencies. What kind of emergency requires kissing? Think creatively. Jinwoo wanted to cry. And finally, Haneul said, tapping the bottom, this contract lasts for 2 weeks. Jinwoo exhaled. 2 weeks. Okay. That's survivable. Unless extension is required. Extension? Haneul smiled. If the situation escalates, we adapt. Escalates? Adapt? Was this a romance or a military operation? Jinwoo plopped into a chair, burying his face in his hands. Why are you doing this to me? Haneul leaned forward. Because if we don't control the rumor, it'll control you. This is the easiest way to avoid Sora and every other admirer hunting you down. Jinwoo went quiet. Okay, maybe that part made sense. Sora had been very determined. And, Haneul added, softer, I didn't like seeing you panic. Jinwoo peeked through his fingers. Haneul's expression wasn't teasing. Not smug. Just, sincere? No. Impossible. This was Haneul. Sincerity wasn't in his skill set. Jinwoo cleared his throat. Fine. Fine. I'll do it. But only temporarily. Haneul's lips curved. Of course. Temporary. Liar. Jinwoo could smell it. A few hours later, Jinwoo realized the contract was a mistake. A horrible, tragic mistake. Because as soon as they stepped back into public, Haneul slipped his hand into Jinwoo's like this was the most natural thing ever. Jinwoo nearly jumped out of his skin. Why are you holding my hand? Clause 1, Haneul reminded him. We're inside the school. Rumors don't take breaks. Students gasped as they walked by. Some squealed. Some whispered. Someone live-streamed. Jinwoo wanted to disintegrate into cosmic dust. And then, Haneul tightened his grip. It wasn't the casual, lazy type of hand-holding. It was firm, confident, protective. Jinwoo's heartbeat went rogue. Stop squeezing so tight, Jinwoo muttered. I'm not squeezing, Haneul said innocently. You're crushing my bones. You bruise easily. Stop enjoying this. Haneul definitely was. At lunch, Haneul casually placed a bento box in front of Jinwoo. Jinwoo blinked. What's this? Lunch. I can see that. Why are you giving it to me? Clause 1. Couples share. We are not. It's chicken katsu. Your favorite. Jinwoo froze. How the hell did Haneul know his favorite food? Haneul met his gaze with a subtle smile. I pay attention. Jinwoo forgot how to function. Later that day, they sat together under a tree after classes ended, because apparently couples needed quality time too. Okay, new rule, Jinwoo said. No more acting like a real boyfriend. But that's the whole point. No, the point is to fake it. You're doing too much. Haneul chuckled. You're blushing. No, I'm overheating from stress. Sure. Jinwoo groaned into his hands. This was a disaster. A romantic, heart-racing, dignity-destroying disaster. And worst of all, Haneul looked like he was having the time of his life. By Monday morning, Jinwoo had accepted his fate. He was no longer Jinwoo, top student and respected scholar. He was Jinwoo, Haneul's fake boyfriend, the school's new IT couple, and the unwilling star of 4 fan edits, 2 Wattpad stories, and a suspiciously well-edited couple poster hung by the cafeteria. He was dying inside. But he had bigger problems. Specifically, Minjae. Minjae was a classmate. Smart, quiet, and apparently suffering from a fatal case of confess my feelings at the worst time-itis. Because right after homeroom, Minjae cornered Jinwoo by the lockers. Jinwoo, can we talk? Jinwoo blinked. Now? It's important. Jinwoo swallowed. Oh no. He recognized that tone. That shy look. Those overpolished words. This was a confession. A confession. Panic seized his soul. Minjae, wait, I think you're misunderstanding. No, Minjae said, cheeks flushing. I've liked you for months. I tried to ignore it, but seeing you at the festival made me realize I should be honest. Jinwoo's life flashed before his eyes. Minjae. And then, like a storm cloud summoned by destiny or misfortune, Haneul appeared beside him. Correction. Haneul materialized, one hand slamming against the locker beside Jinwoo's head in a dramatic wall arm move straight out of a K-drama. Jinwoo, Haneul said, voice dangerously soft, you didn't tell me you were meeting someone. Jinwoo blinked. I wasn't, Haneul, this isn't. Minjae took a step back. I just needed a moment with him. Alone. Haneul's eyebrow twitched. Alone? Jinwoo could feel Haneul's jealousy radiating like a nuclear reactor. Minjae steadied himself, courage flaring. Yes, because I want him to know I have feelings for him. The hallway went silent. 3 first-years dropped their bread. Someone gasped so loudly it echoed. Jinwoo thought, I am going to vanish from this planet. Haneul, on the other hand, looked like he'd just bitten into a lemon laced with dynamite. Oh. Haneul said slowly. You have feelings for him? Yes, Minjae insisted. I do. Haneul's smile was calm. Too calm. Serial killer calm. Too bad, Haneul said sweetly. He's not available. Minjae glared. You don't own him. I don't, Haneul agreed. But I am his boyfriend. Jinwoo opened his mouth. Fake boyfriend. Haneul covered Jinwoo's mouth with his hand. Boyfriend, he repeated firmly. Jinwoo flailed. MF, Haneul. Minji's face fell. I understand. He walked away quietly. Jinwoo shoved Haneul's hand off his face. Are you insane? You can't just do that. Haneul's eyes narrowed. Why not? Because Minjae wasn't doing anything wrong. The way he was staring at you was wrong. That's how humans look at other humans. No, Haneul said, that's how someone looks when they want something that's already mine. Jinwoo froze. Why yours? Haneul looked away, jaw tightening. You agreed to the contract. This is more than a contract, Jinwoo muttered. You look like you're ready to fight anyone who breathes near me. Only the ones who like you. That's literally half the school. Exactly. Jinwoo groaned. This is getting out of control. Later that day during lunch, the media club approached their table like a SWAT team. Jinwoo. Haneul. Perfect. We need to interview the campus power couple. Jinwoo spat out his water. We are not. Yes, Haneul cut in smoothly, we're happy to answer. No, we are not, Jinwoo hissed. The media club ignored him entirely. One girl shoved a clipboard toward them. The student council wants to feature your relationship in the festival magazine. Our editors voted. apparently you two are the most talked about pair on campus. Jinwoo wanted to evaporate. Can't you pick someone else? No, she said. Everyone else is boring. Haneul nodded politely. We'll participate. No, can I at least speak? What? Sentence. No, Haneul said. Jinwoo smacked his forehead on the table. After school, they sat beneath the big camphor tree again. Jinwoo reluctantly, Haneul intentionally. Jinwoo sighed. This is getting too real. Is that bad? Haneul asked quietly. Yes. Jinwoo blurted. Because. Haneul leaned closer. Because what? Jinwoo's heart pounded. Because your hand feels too warm. Because you look at me like you mean it. Because you're not acting anymore. But Jinwoo couldn't say any of that. So instead he muttered, because it's messy. Haneul looked at him for a long moment. Then he asked quietly, almost vulnerably. Jinwoo, please don't leave. Jinwoo's lips parted. Haneul. I know it's fake, Haneul said, voice low. I know you don't feel the same. But, don't end this yet. Jinwoo's chest squeezed painfully. This wasn't teasing. This wasn't rivalry. This was real? Before he could respond, Haneul added softly. Just stay. For now. With me. And suddenly Jinwoo wasn't sure if he could walk away, even if he wanted to. If someone asked Jinwoo how his week was going, he'd answer. Bad. Terrible. Disastrous. Please take me out of the simulation. Because by Wednesday morning, the entire universe decided to collapse on his head. Specifically, the fake dating contract leaked. As in, someone photographed it, posted it, captioned it, they're faking it? And the entire school was now a boiling pot of chaos, conspiracy theories, and screaming. Students chased Jinwoo through the hallways like paparazzi. Jinwoo, is it true? Are you two fake? Was the hand-holding real or paid acting? Do you charge per hug? Jinwoo wanted to cry. Or faint. Or maybe hibernate for 6 years. But nothing was worse than the silence from Haneul. Haneul, who always stepped in. Always dragged him out of chaos. Always stood beside him like he was Jinwoo's personal human shield. Today, Haneul wasn't by his side. Jinwoo's stomach twisted. At lunch, alone, Jinwoo sat at his usual table, poking his rice like it had personally betrayed him. Students whispered around him, pointing, gossiping, speculating. For once he wasn't embarrassed. He was disappointed. Because a terrible, dangerous thought had begun creeping into his chest. Maybe Haneul is avoiding me because he regrets everything. That hurt more than all the rumors combined. Just as he was drowning in anxiety soup, the cafeteria doors slammed open. Haneul walked in. Jinwoo's chopsticks froze mid-air. The entire cafeteria gasped as Haneul strode toward Jinwoo, expression sharp, steps purposeful, eyes locked like Jinwoo was the only person in the room. Jinwoo whispered, "Oh no. What is he doing now?" Without hesitation, Haneul climbed onto a chair. And then onto the table. Jinwoo choked. Han, what are you? Get down. Too late. Haneul cupped his hands around his mouth and yelled. Everyone listen. The cafeteria went silent. Jinwoo slid down in his seat, wishing for instant death. Haneul continued loudly. The contract you saw? I wrote it. Jinwoo's head snapped up. Haneul declared even louder. Jinwoo didn't fake anything. I forced the whole thing. If anyone's to blame, it's me. The whispers exploded. So he pressured him? Is this a toxic romance plotline? Wait, this is kind of hot. Shoo. Jinwoo stood up, grabbing Haneul's sleeve. What are you doing? Stop talking like you're some villain. Haneul looked down at him, eyes softening. I'm protecting you. You're making it worse. I don't care. Somewhere in the crowd, someone yelled, kiss and make up. Jinwoo nearly passed out. Haneul jumped off the table, landing gracefully beside Jinwoo. Let's talk. Outside. Jinwoo nodded stiffly. His heart wasn't beating normally, it was doing parkour. Behind the school, under the camphor tree. The air was quiet. Too quiet. The kind of quiet that made Jinwoo's chest feel tight. Haneul shoved his hands in his pockets. I should have told you first. I know that. Jinwoo stared at him. Why didn't you? Haneul hesitated. And for the first time since this mess began, he looked scared. Because, he said softly, I thought, if the lie broke, you'd walk away. Jinwoo blinked. Haneul continued, voice unsteady, you said it was temporary. I kept thinking, if I make one wrong move, you'll leave. And I. He exhaled shakily. I didn't want to lose you. The air froze around them. Jinwoo's heart stuttered. Haneul. Haneul laughed bitterly. It's pathetic, right? Your rival falls for you. Harder than he should have. Jinwoo's breath caught. What? Haneul looked straight at him. Raw, sincere, no smirk, no walls. Just truth. I'm in love with you, Jinwoo. I have been for a long damn time. Jinwoo forgot how to exist. You. He swallowed. You love me? Haneul nodded, jaw tight. But I know you don't feel the same. So I'll fix everything. I'll tell everyone the contract was my obsession, not yours. Oh. Stop. Haneul's rambling halted. Jinwoo took a shaky step closer. You think I don't feel anything? Jinwoo whispered. Haneul stayed frozen. Jinwoo took another step. And another. Until he was close enough to feel Haneul's breath. You idiot, Jinwoo murmured. You think I'd blush like I'm dying every time you hold my hand if I didn't feel something? Haneul's breath hitched. Jinwoo poked his chest. You think I'd let you drag me everywhere? Or panic when you disappear? Or get jealous when you talk to others? Jealous? Haneul repeated. Jinwoo slapped his shoulder. Don't get cocky. A small smile tugged at Haneul's lips. Jinwoo looked away, cheeks burning. I like you too, okay? A lot. More than I should. Silence. Then Haneul whispered, almost disbelieving. Can I kiss you? Jinwoo rolled his eyes. It's about time you asked. Haneul stepped forward, hands gently cupping Jinwoo's face. And then, slowly, carefully, he kissed him. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't rushed. It was warm, soft, real. Jinwoo's fingers curled into Haneul's shirt as he melted into the kiss. When they finally pulled apart, Jinwoo whispered breathlessly. So, what happens now? Haneul smiled, brushing Jinwoo's cheek. Now, we stop faking. Jinwoo's heart fluttered. And start dating for real. This time Jinwoo didn't argue. He just pulled Haneul back in for another kiss.